Welcome back today for another video. I've actually announced it a while back. I've got the Zimaboard 432 and it came with this 8 Y split cable and a micro display port to full-size HDMI cable in the package. So I want to just open it up and show you the stuff inside. I'm gonna start with the Y splitter. That will be pretty hard to put back into the box. So we've got two S8 data cables and one power cable splitting up into two basically MS8, so mobile S8 connectors. I think the cable is nothing I would need to particularly show you. Then the power brick came inside the box. One nice thing is there's the power cable without the power plug, and then you get basically 3 power plugs. I think, or I know one of them, which is the European one, but I think the 2 others are British and American power plugs. And we've got the Zimaboard itself inside this very nice prep box that I'm just opening up right now. I've actually tinkered with it for a while. I've uninstalled the graphical interface because it sucked up a lot of performance. So I'm gonna put the Zimaboard to the side right now. And then you have another, if you just want to connect one S8 drive, you have another S8 and power to MS8 adapter. I'm gonna just put this back into the box because that's nothing that I will play with right now. And then the last and pretty much the most interesting piece is the Zimaboard itself. I'm not hating them for using plastic. It's cheaper and they're a startup company. It's Whale Technologies. So this board has a PCIe 2.0. I think it's I don't know exactly. Let me check back because that's something that I never remember. A PCIe 2.0 X4 slot, so basically for a very slow drive or a lot of S8 drives or maybe a network card. Then up front we got the power plug-in. We've got 2 gigabit ports. We got 2 USB 3.0 ports, and we got the, I don't remember, mini or micro display port. It's a mini display port to 1.2 supporting 4K 60. I don't think you will ever connect something that powerful to it. So I've opened this up. This is the back plate of it. There's like basically nothing really important back there. It's the CMOS battery glued in, and yeah, nothing more to say about that really. And then we got a fan header hidden below this for the people who wanna have it running with a fan or known air cooler, though I don't think that you will ever need an air cooler because this thing got a really thick and huge passive cooler installed in it, and yeah, that works very good. I've ran it for like hours and it never got hot. So, what do I think about the Zimaboard so far? I haven't gotten the biggest version of it. There is a version with 8 gigs of RAM. So this one has 4 gigs of RAM and 32 gigs of eMMC 5.1 storage, I think. So yeah, but that's just for the OS. You can just put more drives on it via the SATA port back there and with an extension card in this PCIe slot. One very important thing that you might want to consider with it is actually written out on, let me find it, I think it's not this box. Is it on just this one here? So it actually tells you where you can find the graphical interface on the web for it. And it should show you, let me find it, it's pretty far hidden in it, I think. So yeah, here are the specs. So the base model, the 216, I wouldn't recommend this. It just costs $100. It's very good for the $100, but it's a worse CPU and 2 gigs of RAM. So the base model has an Intel Celeron N3350, which is a 2-core chip with up to 2.4 gigahertz. All the three have the same graphics chip, the Intel HD Graphics 500. The one I have there and the biggest one have a boost clock of 50 megahertz more, so not 650 for the GPU, but 700. All of the three chips, all of the three models have the TDP set to 6 watts. Totally fine. Yeah, here the pre-installed OS is Casa OS. It's basically just Debian with Casa OS as it's basically a Docker front end installed. That's the reason why it actually says Casa OS based on Debian. This thing is compatible with Linux, Windows, OpenVRT, pfSense, Android, and LibreELEC. And as far as I can comment on this is it should be enough for a home lab for just storage applications, for example, Nextcloud, and maybe a Jellyfin server on it to have a video platform of your own. And this thing, I think I would use it as a router. So you have 2 ports right here, and you can just put an Ethernet add-in card on there and use it as a router. So basically LAN for, I don't know, your PC, and then 1 port or 2 ports here for your wireless access point, which you can get some from Ubiquity, which are Wi-Fi 6, and those are dirt cheap. I think they cost 70 or $100. So in complete, if you I don't know, take this version, which is $150, and get $100 wireless access point, and I don't know, $30 add-in card, that's very expensive. You could get one for I think 15. I will link one down below, and the Ubiquity one, the Ubiquity wireless access point that I've talked about here, I will link them down below, same as the Zimaboard. You can buy them for but I've actually just told you the smallest version 100, and then it goes like $50 up. So this version is 150 and the biggest is 200. And yeah, just have a good time with it and tinker around with it, do whatever you want with it, but I would actually suggest uninstalling GNOME. GNOME is the desktop environment that is by default installed with a lot of Debian installs, and it really sucks a lot of performance out of this thing, because when I looked into the system stats, nothing installed more than just the basic OS on this with GNOME. It sucked up 50% of the CPU and 50% of the RAM, and I uninstalled GNOME, and it sucked up like 1 or 2% of the CPU, and the same on RAM. So I really think that you should uninstall GNOME. So you will actually get into the CLI, so command line interface. If you uninstall GNOME and restart this small computer, but I really think it's worth it to have the full performance at hand for Nextcloud or whatever you want to do with it. You could put Pi-hole on it, you could put basically an instance of anything you can install in Docker on it. And so yeah, that's what I wanted to tell you about this. If you like this video, comment down below. If you want to talk about something, like the video, subscribe, and see you next time. And that will probably be soon, because I'm making a review about this laptop. I'm having my phone linked to pretty much directly after this video, so that I get that checked too, because I wanted to do this for a long time and I haven't gotten to it. So see you next time.